Hi everyone, I'm Mark from AFX Pro. Welcome to the Week 3 Roundup and a few other bits and pieces. So what a week it was, especially when you get down into a smaller time frame. A few trades floating around on the PT3, about what we'd expect with that. So we're going to have a look at that, then have a look at what the one of the codes or the codes I'm running out of the EA that I've just put on a couple of the pairs that we're looking at, just to show you what went down there. The EA this week, the best 24-hour period was over between 15 and probably about 18%, I think it was, in 24 hours it returned. So that's working just not too badly. So without further ado, let's come through and have a look at these trades. Okay, first one up as usual, the pound Australian dollar. Flat coming in here. We've got nothing that we can make use of. We've got a formation here that comes in, but look, just with what's gone in front of that, there's just no life. There's no point taking that trade whatsoever. Once we get to here, we're in no man's land. Basically, it's been up here, it's come down, hit our level to take it away, to be out of it, and it hasn't got back up and breached that level again before there, so we can't take that. And of course we've got a green one that's 100% wrong. We come across to here, and our main pressure point where we'd really like to have our optimum trade is right up the top up there. We've got nothing on the demarker. We can't get anything out of that there. The long one that we've got sitting here, well, it never got down here to take that. We can't touch that. This is all wrong here as well, and on the demarker, but as you can see, it's just coming into the ADX here. So there's our trade. And again, we're sort of, it's one of those ones, if you just isolate that there and you look at that, and what do? I mean, if we do this, it's all right to say, yep, there's our trade, as I just said, but that's what you see in trading time. However, we are up the top here. The one reason why I would still take that trade, even though it's in a really bad chart position, is because we are up here. And if you have a look at this here, we're starting to fall away. And also we're getting later in the week. If that was Monday night there, somewhere over here, I wouldn't entertain it, but it's just a bit further down the track there. And these here, as I say, they are not right by either indicator, but this one here pops up by the ADX. And as you've seen, the ADX has a way more accuracy. You don't get a lot of trades being promoted by the ADX, but usually when they do, they work. So I give those trades a little bit more credence, and we've got the trade, but then we look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are you going to do with that? You're going to end up closing it out. So it's just, at the end of the day, what do? You're grasping at straws. You're better off to just leave it alone and wait for when you get your swing trades where it's swinging up and swinging down. And of course, once you get to there, you get nothing out of it. Okay, pound yen. So this one had a big move, and wait till I show you the charts after we've finished these. So we come in here, we've got nothing here, it's not touched there. Green, it hasn't been down to there. And again, we've managed to get right past the safe point here without throwing up a formation. So it was really hodgepodge, very difficult to start the week off with what was going on. And then of course, once we get to here, there was nothing at the ADX. ADX doesn't get down low enough either. And then we're right up here. And then after all that, we still didn't even manage to get a PT3 with the correct formation thrown up here to give us a shot to come back down. Well, very hard. Okay, AUD, USD. So we've got this trade here that was still poking along from the previous week, which come through and finally took its target out there. We come through, we've got this one's falling away. We want to be taking pink trades like up the top. We don't want to be taking them there. There's nothing up here that says to take it. We're down here. We are in the perfect position for that. Drops down there. We've got a single bar below it and up. Now, it is behind that single bar there. The situation is you are way down. You are extremely oversold on the DeMarca. And where that turns, you're still only at the trigger level. So that is a really, you do not get many opportunities that are that far outstretched. So that's one that you do need to climb on board with. Once you get past there, pink, and it's all down in green downhill all the way there. Nothing there, that hasn't got down underneath. Then we come to up here, we've had the big move back up again, and there we are at the top. There he is there, comes in there above the exit levels there, and down it goes. Euro yen, I don't think there's much in that either. As I say, the start of the week killed all these, and then they got a move on, which was all designed by what's going on. If you guys took any notice of what I said last week and where the markets have gone this week, it makes you understand why they went to so much trouble last week in the first 24 hours of this week to try and make everybody think it was going down. Because at the end of the day, the markets just climbed and climbed for a couple of days. So we get to here. Again, it's all out of whack. They've got everything, what I class it as reversing their logarithms. Everything works basically in reverse. So you get green where pink is and pink where green is. I've got no idea how they do it, but that's what goes on. Right, and if we look at this one here, it doesn't quite come in the ADX, and you would have got smashed on this bar here, where they are purely, as I say, they set it up to make it look like it was going, but they still run the stops down underneath there. And once we get up with that, we're just climbing and climbing all the way, and we don't even get down to the ADX to get another shot at it, unfortunately. And up the top, and then of course, when it turns to go off, everything is back around the wrong way there. US CAD, come in here, we've got no much of a downturn here. We're just a bit of a run down into this here, and we get that turns and goes up there. So we've actually got the DeMarca right, and the ADX has been down, and it's still in the safe zone. So we've got two things that says, look, let's have a go at it. I mean, the chart situation on that makes you want to, should I or shouldn't I? So there's movement up, movement down. We're sort of expecting movement with what's been going on this month. And then once you get that and you get a very good position there, and this one's halfway through the section here, well, that's just not too bad. You're committed to have a shot at it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it closes through, and away it goes. So that's where you'd see that it closes through 13.30, which is 10.30. All right, well, let's play the game, put the stop in there and hope for the best. So get up next morning, it's starting to, once it past rollover, it's starting to move up and move away again. But just not enough life. Why that took so long is because there wasn't the momentum coming from up here, right? You know, to have trades that work, you must have the best trades work when you've got momentum coming in. So let's see whether we got a shot at this one here. Come through down the bottom, and we just get in that right here at the last of our safe level, but It is so far down here, this trade has got to turn and come back up here. And turn it did, and away it went. Quite a big reversal. You know, we've been that far oversold here, just the extremities of everything. And this was what last week was all about, extremities of everything. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Let's have a look at a couple more. Don't know where that's last week. So where are we with this here? We've got this is behind that. I'm not even going to look down below to see whether there's anything there. That's just too solid a section from there to there. And no, it hasn't got up into the ADX. It's right on the borderline. But the trouble is the ADX has been floating around along here for about 30 bars, just about not a safe, happy place to be. Really, really hard just on the normal PT3 this week. And there we go. We finally got our run up. All up here above, we come in here, we cross over our signal line right up in the peak, even near the safe line. That trade is as good as you're going to get. And there's your trade in there. Once we get past that, so what are we in? The Euro AUD, down, down, down. The valley we go, and again, there it is. There's the turnaround. And it crosses the signal line right back down here near the green. So that's a really good position, and up it goes, and there's your target. Let's have a look at gold. Gold has had some big moves of late, but let's see whether we do any good. So this is last week. I've got that target on there set on 3.8. I've been messing around here doing something, which it's been doing 3.8 targets, the setups that come. So let's just see what we've got here. So we've got a rundown, which is quite good. Where are we with the demarker? We're right with the demarker. We're right down on our trigger level, so it's worth a shot. Our stop's there, and once we get to there, we've moved our stops up to at least here somewhere, and we'd get taken out backward, just pop back down under here. Once you get past that, we've got this guy here that comes in right down on the bottom, but it's a long, low, flat. As I say, you need the turn, 4 or 5 bars here. That's as far as you want to be down on the turn. As soon as you get this long line, the bigger line you get, the less productive it is. And of course, that's way out of whack up there. All right, let's just quickly have a look at a couple of these pairs with the new generation codes, what I'm working with. So remember, if you want these new codes, they're available for purchase, and go through from there. So let's come through and have a look on MT5 with the new codes and see what happened on there. Okay, pound AUD again. So this is, we'll just come back a couple of weeks and have a quick look here. Nothing there to start the week. And there we go. So you can see that the levels are marked on there. That's a 3.8 section target. 3.8, 3.8, 3 of them in a row there. They're held through to here. And yeah, what I'm actually doing with these guys is I actually will probably close these out on the weekend and reopen them Monday, and do that. Although even the EA, we're letting it run right through just at present. So those there, we get 3 stop outs there. Then we come into, this is our current week here, come into here. And 1, 2, we got a 6 section trade there, 3.8. And that one's still live, which we'll see what happens Monday. So that would get instigated again. Okay, the pound yen on a 30-minute. We'll come back to, where are we here? Where are we? There's our last week here. So we'll go back to the previous week. Okay, we start in here. These small targets where stops have been moved up to, so they're still banking half a section profit there instead of being stopped out. There, same thing there, banking money. All we're doing is waiting for the trends to come. And that's what these codes do. We're basically marking time, trying to keep as close to square as possible, and away we go. So there's our first, it's a 9-section trade. Up here, 3.8, 3.8. Again, we've got another 9 sections thrown up in here, look. And a couple of trades here, one stop out there, and these small wins in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3.8, 3.8, 3.8, and these two are left live. So that's just what's happening on that one. The Euro Yen. So we've got coming from last week here, carry over, 8-section trade coming into this week, which has a fair indication of what we're expecting, and then here we go. Up here, bang, we've got an 8-section trade there. These little ones here, they've got been up and got smashed here. We got out of them. 3.8. Again, there's another 8-section trade in there. Small ones here, same as the other one. Couple of small wins, couple of stop outs, and then we start coming down the tree on this way here. So, you know, this is what the EA does. It takes a lot more trades. It's purely a numbers game. I've got that set on the same time window as what we use in our PT3. So it's sort of working the same there. If we just throw that on a 10-minute and see what sort of a conundrum we've got there, whether it gets any more value out of it or whether it just creates a whole heap of more messes. So we've still got these trades from back here, in here, all these win, 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 these little ones here, there, win, 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 there, little one, couple of losses, couple of wins, and all these small wins here, all the way up here, we were taking wins out of all of that, and it didn't continue. It's why that. We've got this guy here, and then we're starting down the gravy train down there. We've got our longer targets. While we're waiting for that, we're smashing these ones out here, one after another, bang, 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 and down, and then we've still got these trades here that are live over the weekend. So it's sort of, you know, 30-minute declutters it fairly well. As a matter of interest, let's throw it on an hour chart and just see what we've got. So we've got a lot less trades. I can't see it to do you any harm. You've got 3.8 section there. You've got an 8 section here, a small one before it was stopped out, small one, small one, small one. I can tell straight away there's not the money in that as what there is in, say, the 30-minute. But anyway, guys, look, that's a rather lengthy roundup. Just wanted to show you that. This last week has been the best week we've had in the EA since we started this over 12 months ago. As I said, was somewhere, I closed out at 15% up for the 24-hour period. I think it got up to about 18. I haven't done the print out there yet, but a very good week. And this is the first really good week that we've had since we've converted over 3/4 of the codes to what I call these new generation codes, where we're taking trades in the series, but we've got a different way of filtering. So we're working more mainly on the trends. So the straight PT3 are turn trades, right? But the last week, it has been a long trend. So when the market is chopping backwards and forwards, the PT3 does a lot better. And I mean, that's what it was designed for. The turn trades all the time, because you get a lot more turn trades. But, you know, at the end of the day, we only want one reasonable move like this a month, and that gives us our money for the month in our EA. So it's just two ways of looking at it, combining the best of both worlds. But these codes definitely, I'm really excited to use them and show you guys what we're doing. All right, guys, take care, safe trading, and we'll catch you in a week.